It's all relative to the time. So I think if they were getting that money back then to the greats, I don't think the money would have changed them. I think they were driven by something greater. I put myself in that category. I put Killer in that same category. I put Biggie. I put Hov. I put everybody, Nas, everybody I could think of, Busta Rhyme, anybody you could think of that's somebody you're not excluded, Redman, all the people I looked up to. And I thought that whether the money was there or not, they would have been that same artist. Yeah, it was the passion that they were driven by. Yeah. And that doesn't make Hov not an excellent artist, but that wasn't the person I looked up to. So all the rest of them was people that I got stuff from. Method Man. I think Method Man would have been the same artist whether he made the money or not, because they were driven by what they were driven by.
Have you ever wondered whether some of hip-hop's greatest names were always going to reach the top, regardless of how much money the industry put behind them? That's exactly the point Cam'ron and Mase are making, and it completely challenges the usual idea of what creates success. According to them, artists like Jay-Z, Nas, and the late Notorious B.I.G. didn't become legends because of huge contracts or major label spending. Their view is that those artists possessed the mindset and determination to become icons no matter what they earned, because their motivation came from passion instead of a paycheck. The conversation doesn't stop with music either. It expands into bigger topics like wealth, business, entrepreneurship, long-term success, and the kind of legacy people leave behind. At the center of it all is one question: what truly separates the very best from everyone else? Cam acknowledges that money can absolutely change someone's lifestyle, but he believes it can never replace the inner drive that pushes people to win. I'm gonna play the full discussion for you in just a second, but first, let me know your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's jump into it.
I think it's all relative. Now that I heard that word, I can't unhear it, because my mother made $500 a week. My stepdad, we thought he was balling and he made a rack a week, right? $50,000 in the 80s was like, you really had, they would say, oh, he has a great job. You know what I'm saying? This is a keeper. $50,000 a year, you better keep him and you better do well by him. You know, today, if somebody said, hey, your boyfriend make $50,000, girl on Instagram is gonna go, oh, $50,000? Who makes $50,000? You know, if you say that today to a young lady, 18 years old, she's like, oh, my part-time job, I make $50,000. You know, it's all relative to the time. So I think if they were getting that money back then to the greats, I don't think the money would have changed them. I think they were driven by something greater. I put myself in that category. I put Killer in that same category. I put Biggie. I put Hov. I put everybody, Nas, everybody I could think of, Busta Rhyme, anybody you could think of that's somebody you're not excluded, Redman, all the people I looked up to. And I thought that whether the money was there or not, they would have been that same artist. Yeah, it was the passion that they were driven by. Yeah. And that doesn't make Hov not an excellent artist, but that wasn't the person I looked up to. So all the rest of them was people that I got stuff from. Method Man. I think Method Man would have been the same artist whether he made the money or not, because they were driven by what they were driven by.
Good take. Cam?
And what's this question exactly?
Yeah, basically, if 90s players made today's salary, do you think that they would act different? And then Mase also went into kind of like entertainers and music and things now. Do you think
stated entertainment.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
I asked you that. Like, you answered that perfectly.
Yeah.
But I'm also clarifying. That's how we also got there, too. But that was great. So, Cam, what's your opinion on that?
When you say act different, what do you mean exactly?
Like, do you think that they would act differently than modern players? Because I know we're going into the conversation of like, okay, I don't want to say they're being disrespected, but people feel as if because these players are making this certain money, I have this expectation, or they should be tougher, or they should move different. Like, yes.
They're very disgruntled with today's athletes because of the money they make. Do you think they will move different, perform different on the court? What's your take?
Yes.
I don't think that they would. I think Mase is correct. It was about winning, not just sports-wise and whatever you was trying to do. You want to be a winner. if you're talking about as far as the money they would make, I think everybody acts a little different when they make more money. I don't think nobody's the same person. Not saying that morally you're not the same person, but you're going to go out and get a car. I'm not going to say, John F. Kennedy may have still took the train and shit, and the Kennedys and shit. But it depends on your environment, too. When you come from a poor environment and not having a lot, and then you get a lot, you're going to act different. If you're talking about as far as success and being motivated to win, that's really what it's about. Now, the money is always key, but you want to win. That's what it's really about. And I don't care what you're in. Mase just went to the awards the other day. I told him I'm not going. They're not going to put the camera on me if we lose. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to win. And sometimes people bring you places to embarrass you to show that you're the most popular person there and you didn't win. But congratulations, we didn't talk about it too, that we won the award, Mase. That was dope.
Yeah.
Congratulations. But yeah, I'm motivated by winning, and the money don't get me wrong, I'm motivated by money as well, because you want to make sure you live a comfortable life, but I think that you want to be the best that you can be in whatever you're doing.
What really stood out in this conversation wasn't the money itself. The bigger point was understanding what actually turns someone into a legend before financial success ever enters the picture. To me, that's an idea that reaches far beyond hip-hop and applies to just about every profession. People naturally compare contracts, salaries, and net worth because those numbers are easy to see. What's much tougher to quantify is the mindset, work ethic, and determination that push someone to the top before they ever receive a major payday. That's the message I took away from what Cam'ron and Mase were saying. They weren't arguing that money doesn't matter. Their point was that genuine greatness is usually built well before the first big check arrives. When someone has the discipline to consistently outwork everyone around them, earning more money simply opens the door to bigger opportunities. It doesn't suddenly create talent, passion, or the drive to succeed. And here's something worth keeping in mind. Music catalogs have turned into billion-dollar assets, allowing artists to keep generating income through streaming, licensing, publishing, and owning their catalogs long after their biggest records are released. That highlights why creating lasting work can end up being far more valuable than focusing only on the next paycheck. So now, I want to hear from you. Do you agree with Cam'ron and Mase that Jay-Z, Nas, and Biggie were destined to become legends regardless of how much money they made? And between Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, Cam'ron, and Mase, whose career do you think best proves that passion outweighs the paycheck? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed the discussion, be sure to like the video and subscribe. Peace.